Rahu and Ketu are invisible orbs who have their own spheres. They're supposedly
hello, baby.
In polarity, and whereas the second sun would be more like the Nemesis model.
Okay.
And I would say, but how do we know? You know, but all I'm basing that on is that if one sun is doing this vortex like this coil, this spiraling helix, it's actually a helix. You look at the analemma, and what you're looking at there is the deep helix.
Oh, sorry.
Why do they call it
sorry,
helix?
darling.
Because it's from Helios, who is the sun. So if Helios is imprinting an analemma upstairs, Adam, that's what the sun is. It's
you
Adam.
find every little
And
thing you do, don't
atoms, little Christs, and we have these helixes in us. It's showing you really the importance of the analemma, this lemniscate type interaction that is occurring, dualistic interaction in nature, expansion, contraction, coils everywhere, with spirals they say, or torus fields.
Yes, very much so. Wow. Okay. So I was curious, Santos. What do you think of the physical structure of the sun and the moon, our two luminaries? There's been a lot of debate in proposing different models of our solar system, and some people say that the moon, for example, is an absolute solid object. Some people believe that it's spherical. Others tend to believe that it may be concave type shape, which would explain the.
Are you blowing raspberries at, eh?
And then yet others, I've looked at it myself, wondered that if it isn't some sort of a mineral up there. But so two of our biggest questions is what exactly are the luminaries? So in your opinion,
what you got now?
How would you describe what the sun and the moon actually are, as far as whether they're physical or operations of some sort?
Well, it'd be
so
nice to go back
intense.
to basics.
Yeah.
Everything is produced by sound and light. Those vibrations, the two electricities, and these clearly you can see that they are. Well, they don't appear to be densely solid and physical. They appear to be somewhere in between. They're luminous bodies. They are produced by light, and they all emanate their own light. And they all emanate Om.
Hello.
They are the 7 Oms in the sky, those visible planets that we see. So they are all Om. The moon is called Chandra, so
she's
is
just
Om,
buzzing, mate, all the time, isn't she?
So, but she's still Om.
You two me up.
And then Mercury is.
I was going to say you should have got her some chocolate, shouldn't you?
She's got a big bar of chocolate.
Oh, is she?
Buddha. Jupiter is Guru, so Om Guraya Namahe, but always Om. And so all is Om, they say in Egypt.
Tricky poos.
Whereas in Egypt, they put the 18
Milky Way.
All is Atom.
Oh no, it's Milky Bar,
Okay,
kid.
which is more correct, because the Om is really a cipher. It's half truth. They know.
I'm gonna go ranch now, baby.
They know that the all is Atom, but they default to Om, because this is the sound that the orbs are making. They are.
Oh boy, look at
They
you
are
now.
an orchestra of sacred geometrical sound forms and light, luminous bodies. So the moon is way less dense than the Earth. It has to be, because it can't. The middle kingdom is terrestrial, and everything above is non-terrestrial. It is heavenly. They belong. There are 7 heavens. There's the airy heaven where birds fly. There's the cloudy heaven. There's the etheric heaven, and then the luminous heaven. And the 7 spheres or planets are stars, luminous bodies in the luminous heaven. Then beyond that is the starry heaven of the firmament, and then the crystalline heaven, and then the Empyrean heaven, which is the causal place I described before, called Vrindavan, that the Hindus call the dwelling place of Krishna Loka. And so this luminous heaven is what, well, it's exactly what it says. It's luminous. And the beings that are there, that live on those quote-unquote planets, are luminous, have luminous bodies. And so that's all I can say. Yes, the moon looks spherical. It does.
You want me to set a computer up for you?
It can't be flat. There's curves there. You can see the light curving away at the edges. And you can see impurities. You know, it's not highly defined. There's surface impurities, whereas, you know, the cartoons of the blue marble, you can see clearly it's a cartoon because it's too perfect. So the moon shows some, you know, concavity to it, doesn't it?
You know, I've really been looking at the moon. I don't have a telescope or anything, but just with the naked eye, for the last 2 nights, it's actually been pretty bright here, waxing crescent right now, and I'm just trying to picture, or you know, just trying to see which makes more sense, and then I'm trying to imagine what sort of angle the sun would have to be hitting this thing in order to be causing the phases, and it just seems more and more to me that the moon is always shining down on us, but something almost transparent or non-transparent, something totally invisible, possibly